we're back at it. Finished with my teaching, and now I'm tying. We're gonna do some patterns with Swiss straw or raffia. This came into play, I think, in the early 2000s. I first learned about it when I was 12 years old in the Fly Tire magazine. They were using this pattern, and raffia is just it's a gift wrapping material. It's synthetic, um, and it expands. Uh, when it's bunched together, you can tie it as a ribbon. When it expands, it comes more into a sheet. And then I was thinking this would be for a different day, not today, but you could, try to coat this and make this into wing material. Most of the raffia patterns, Swiss straw patterns I've seen use it as a shell back for nymphs, but I want to incorporate it as a wing for a dry. There's a Japanese tyer I saw who used the raffia over foam for a beetle pattern, and it looked really cool. So, but we're not going to copy his pattern. We're going to try to do our own with a raffia wing stonefly concept. I think I have it almost completed in my head, but there needs to be underbody material. I don't want to spiral wrap the foam for the underbody because then it'd be foam on top of foam. I'm thinking about doing a spun deer hair body and then having the foam over that. I would have to glue the foam to the deer hair, which I've never done, and then have the raffia come over that, and then it'll look like the wing. The wing on the stonefly lies flat. Your stimulator has that, caddisfly has that bushy wing, and the silhouette, the fish sees the silhouette. But so we're gonna make a flatter style raffia over foam wing. That's the hope. And if it works, then you could do the same concept with like a hopper pattern as well. So let's get started. A hook, I'm going to do a bigger hook, oversize it for this. What is this? This is a size 10. Yeah, we'll do a size 10. In my mind, I had like an 8 or bigger, but we'll stick with 10. 10 is a fishable size, so we'll do 10. Rubber legs or not, I haven't decided. On a 10, rubber legs looks kind of dumb, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe like some kind of hackle concept. Thread. We're spinning hair. 140 would be good. Just a regular 140. But the color. Let's think about the color. Brown, olive. I'll do an olive 70 because I have it here. Oh, here's an olive 140. We'll do olive 140. Olive 140. The UTC. Now I need a bobbin. Where is my bobbin? This is every time I tie, this happens. Where's my bobbin? My desk is a mess. The update on the silicone bomber, it turned out better than I expected. I thought this was like just a piece of junk. However, I have snakehead flies that are exactly the same as this. They're just big blobs, and in Korea, when you fish snakehead, you fish heavy cover, and you need something that hits the pads or the weeds hard. and then has a wider presence. And this is that. Light enough, definitely could cast this on an 8. And then it's just going to splash down in the water, and then you work it over the lilies, and the snakehead come up and eat it. So the silicone and foam creation we did last time could work as a snakehead fly. So we'll keep this. We'll put that in the box, and maybe someday I'll use it. I haven't targeted snakehead in years. I think the last snakehead I caught on fly fishing rod was almost 3 years ago. It's hard work catching snakehead on the fly. You have to trudge through like boggy, messy, stinky conditions, and it's hot, usually over 90 degrees, and it's just the whole experience is unpleasant. Not unpleasant, but difficult. So I have not done that in a while. And then the update on the other one, the blunt nose, or not blunt nose, flat nose, smelt, or some pattern. We rolled the foam, we put it on the hook, and then we siliconed and just placed the bucktail on the silicone. It turned out great. It's the material stuck in there. I put a clear coat on it. I don't think this is going to float. I think it's going to kind of suspend, and it'll have a really nice movement. So this thing will 100% be useful tool in the box. All right, we got to get on track. We have limited amount of time today. Limited amount of time. Let's get going. Need to thread our bobbin. Where's my threader? Just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. We'll stick our threader through our bobbin tip. Oh, and then I've been playing a mobile game. I haven't played a game in years, but I've been playing this phone video game called Rainbow Six Mobile. I played Rainbow Six on the computer when I was a teenager, and the Rainbow Six Mobile brought back the old. It's not anywhere close to what the old game was, but it's just so addicting. They really make the online games so addictive. Little cues, little points, little coins you're collecting. So you just you stay on there continuously. It's incredible how they've designed those computer games. So after this, I'll be playing some Rainbow Six. Deer hair. The underbody should be darker or lighter than the wing. The wing underbody. So some stonefly patterns have like an orange underbody, but yeah, I think a blend is going to be the best. So we'll blend natural, and then we'll blend orange. A little bit of orange belly, and then some natural. We'll blend that in a cup. We'll mix it so the orange is spread throughout, and I think that'll give it a good tone, the appropriate tone, rather. So, do I mix it in my fingers, or do I mix it in the? Ooh, what the heck's going on here? Let's pick out the shorts. Pick out the shorts. I usually have a little cup I mix it in. Make a new cup. So we have a little cup. We'll just put our clean hair, a little bit of orange, and then pull out the under fur, clean it, pull it, place it, and then another hefty clump of natural. Yeah. Clean it. Ooh, an old dirty toothbrush is really nice to clean your hair. So keep the old dirty toothbrush. All right, so our hair is in our cup. You can see the old dip canister. We'll blend that up. Good blend. The stimulators I've been fishing, I don't know who. I must have bought one, but it mix a little UV in with your orange dubbing, little UV ice dub, or it so it has like a sparkly underbody. It fishes so well. Little sparkly underbody, but I don't think we can do sparkly deer hair underbody. All right, bit of a mess. When you're mixing, you could also do you could split the hairs 50-50 and you get more material that way, but we're not. The UTC is a flat thread unwaxed, and so if you let the thread unwind, it will be flat. It will cover flat, which is good for some patterns like chironomids or midges where you want a nice level flat body, but we are tying in the hair, so we're going to spin the thread so it's a cord again. Not too much. If you spin it too much, the thread loses tension, loses strength, increases tension, loses strength. So just a little bit, enough to wrap your hair. 1 loose wrap, 2 loose wraps, tension. The hair is already spun. The back end was so long that it's now caught between the hook and the vise, and that's okay. So we're maintaining tension, we're preening back, and then we are advancing our thread. And we don't want to tie the hair down, so you have to preen it all back. Make sure you don't stab yourself with the hook point that you cannot see. Let's do another bunch of our blended natural and orange. 2 loose wraps. Tighten it down, let it spin, tension. Good spin, preen, advance. Let's pack it a little, we don't care. It doesn't need to be super tight. Pack it a little. Get a little bit more thread base. All right. The head, I think we have to tie in the foam now because it's going to come over the head. Yeah. Well, let's tie in the foam now. Orange underbody for the foam. Maybe. No, brown. Play it safe. Brown, 2 mil. Do I tie in the Wraphia first and then no, I think the Wraphia is just going to be kind of glued on. Yeah. So the wing we'll do more with the notion that we're going to have to cut it down. I don't know exactly how wide it has to be. The tie-in point shouldn't be too narrow because it'll be the head of the fly. So we're do a long, not a sharp tie-in point, but more of a longer tie-in point. And then the head will be narrow, the wing will be wider. That's the goal. So kind of that shape. Let's tie that in before it's too late. Yeah. And then when we do the hair for this body, for this portion, we'll have to kind of stack the hair because it'll be difficult to spin over the foam. The first step we should have done was tying this foam because, as you can see now, it's a pain in the neck to tie it in with the hair already on there. Give it a trim position. Okay, now back to building the body. Back to building the body. We trap some hair, but I don't care. Let's pull it out. We need more hair. All right, let's tie in more hair. Too loose, let it spin. Tension, tension. Preen. And advance. Give it a little gentle pack, gentle pack. All right, let's finish out the head now. A little bit of orange. That's too much orange. Too much orange. Dirty toothbrush. Natural. Okay. Dirty toothbrush. And mix it up. Mix, mix, mix. This is way too much orange. But maybe it'll kind of look interesting if there's a color transition from a little bit of orange to a lot of orange. Let's get our hair and 2 loose wraps. Yeah, so when it spins, it wants to spin that foam around too. Tension, preen. That's good. Slight pack. Last clump. Last clump of hair. 1, 2. Work it around. Check, yeah, that's good. Check the coverage. And advance the thread. I'm going to advance the thread to the front side of the foam. I'm going to tie off, trim the hair, fold over the foam, glue it in, and then we'll come back with a little bit of thread. Oh man. Maybe a mono. Yeah, we'll come back with a mono thread to get the separation of head and body. And if we'll experiment with rubber legs, but maybe, yeah, we'll experiment with rubber legs. Let's whip finish. Let's whip finish. Where's my tool? There it is. And 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3. Tighten that down. You gotta tighten your whips. All right. So now we trim our hair, which is very bushy. I'm gonna make some cuts with the scissors because I'm a frugal guy, and I'm gonna just cut that off. You could tie another fly with this hair, so I'm gonna put it back in my cup. Frugal. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. Save some of that hair. And put it back in the cup. Nice. All right. So that just leaves our sides and our sides. And let's give her a triminy. Trimming hair, the first cut I always make is on the bottom because I want to make sure that hook point is exposed. So I'm just going gently with a slight bend in my razor, just going gently to expose that hook point. If you go too deep, you're gonna cut your tie the thread you'd use to tie it in. So you want to go ever so slow. That's good. You can see the natural, and then it gets darker orange toward the head, which is a little bit strange. Just try to get one more cut in. I'm gonna do this comfortably away from the camera. All right, that's good. Let's shape the sides. I think adult stoneflies have tails as well. We didn't include a tail. Let's shape this side. And don't wear a black fleece when you're tying deer hair, because I am a mess right now. Let's hit the top. Now the top, I want it to be flat because the foam is going to rest on top of that. So let's hit the top. Just try to buzz cut it flat as possible. Close and flat. Close and flat. Closer. Can I get closer? Even closer. Well, that's pretty close. Pretty close. All right, that's what we're left with. It's starting to take shape. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. Sides need work. Let's get some shape with our skizzers. Going for a little taper, wider midsection, little taper on the tail. And then if we had real skill, we could do the taper the head out, but I'm not that good. But I think I could manage the thorax. You got some longies on the end. Take out the longies. All right. Yeah. So the reason I didn't just hack off the ends is because even though they kind of extend out to past the bend, helping the taper. Knock that edge out. That's good. Let's get a little shape to the head. A little shape to the head. Here we go. All right. This needs to come down. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's what we're left with, our deer hair body shape. We'll just live with it. Okay, now the plan. Now the plan is to. This is nice flat surface. Now the plan is to bring this back, and then once it's back, we can shape the wing how we want. We want even. The distribution isn't even. So this edge, the body, the head isn't covering it, but I think it'll still be okay. So let's keep going. Not perfect. Okay. So we'll apply the glue to the back of the foam, and then we'll glue that down, and then we'll place our raffia over. We'll come back with the mono thread, and then maybe add legs. That's the idea. Let's hit that on the foam. Decent amount. I'll place on there. So it'll sit back, which is nice. That's what I want. Oh, maybe we need more. Or maybe we need to be more patient. Yeah, we need more glue. More glue. Ooh. That's too much. Let's really make sure this sets. Giving it a pet. The glue and the deer hair react well, so I'm not worried about the bind. Okay, good. Let's shape the wings. Oh, we have to wait till that excess glue dries. What can we do about that? Another piece of foam. And then just try to clear away some of that extra glue. Yeah, good. And give it a touch test. Oh, yeah, God, this is not. So now I'm just gonna trace the wing. I want it overlapping a little bit, not too much. Just trace the body. I think that's good. This edge is coming out too much. Take that down. This edge coming out too much. We'll take that down. Look at it from the top. That's okay. Worst comes to worst, this would be a very fancy bluegill fly. Okay. You could hit it with the lighter. Do I want to hit it? Yeah, let's hit it. Let's hit it with the, we'll risk it. Let's hold it and hit it. We're just, the flame is going to singe the deer hair. It'll give it a nice finish. The show tires on the internet, or anybody who does a lot of deer hair heads for streamers, they'll hit it with a lighter, and it really softens the edges. But it also does the same thing for the foam. It softens the edges on the foam. So we'll just hit it, and then yeah, we'll gotta hit this side too. One more time, hit it. Ooh, yeah. Nice. All right. Should have been bigger. This is like a miniature. This is a caddis size stonefly. Monofilament thread. The hair will hide the thread so that, oh, what the heck is going on here? Okay. The hair will hide the thread so you don't see that band of thread build up on the bottom. That looks dumb. Okay, here we go. How big should the head be? I think about there. This will give us separation too for the head and the wing. So 1 wrap, 2, not too much, just get that separation. There, the belly's hidden, so our still solid deer hair under. Now, in my head, adding rubber legs would look stupid, but we're gonna do it because this seems like there's not enough here. This fly is way too simple. I think you could catch fish just like it is right now. Adding a hackle, I think, would be pointless. Tying, knotting, or just do the cross. What do I do? I think what would look really cool is if there were two in front, one in back. So I've folded a loop and I'm gonna place the loop on each side. So two will be pointing forward, one will be pointing back. That's kind of unique, but it's gonna take some finesse. Yeah, my one in the back is a little bit short. Try to tug on them, get a little longer. Now my two in the front are looking short. Whatever, we'll just do it. Do it like that. Okay, that's just 1, 2, so it's secure. Loop it. Two in the front, one in the back. Stubby, stubby. A little bit shorter to match the front. Giving it a tug. Tight 1. Tight 2. Man, the one side is just way too short. We're experimenting. No. Whoa, we missed our most important step. Holy smokers, we got to undo everything. Undo everything. Undo everything. We forgot the Wraphia. Son of a gun. Is this enough? We're going to coat the whole dang thing in Wraphia. Okay, I'm unfurling the Wraphia so it's as flat as possible. It tears super easy, so be careful. It's essentially just like plastic bag. It's a plastic bag. Plastic. Okay. Well, it's nice that we traced out the head, so we kind of know the proportions. That's nice. Glue on the foam, and then we'll wrap it. So we could have tied the Wraphia in and then folded it back, but it would have been really hard to cover the full of the head. It would have, that tie-in point would have been tight, and then it would have expanded, and you could then tell it was tied in. Or you could have glued the Wraphia on first, then tied it in pre-glued, but also then you would have to be super exact with the shape of the wing, so that would have been hard. My plan is to then cover. So glue, poke a hole so the hook eye can go through, and then just trim it out. That's my plan. I think that's going to be the simplest way. Here we go. Let's get our glue on. And I'm going to do this in just segments. I'm going to also try to get the side so it's coming down on the sides. So if you're looking at it from the top, you can't tell it's a piece of foam. That's my hope. Get our Wraphia. Wraphia is concave down, so I'm going to play with that. Place it. Hit the sides. We're going to do the hook eye and the head last. So it's just the back half, and we'll do the next part. Yeah, it's It's not hitting the sides very well. Do I just leave it? No, we got to be thorough. Let's be thorough. Let's be thorough. That's too much glue. Hit the side of the foam and then so it shapes to the side. That's okay. Let's do the other side. Hit the side. Shape it tight. Our plastic bag. All right. Now for the head. I didn't glue the head because I want to see where the hook eye comes out. And I want to poke. If I poke too much, it'll rip the raffia. I can't even see what I'm doing. I think I just ripped. Oh, there it goes. Whew. So now now we can get that full coverage. Full coverage. Okay. All right. And this, I saw this from a Japanese tire. This is not I'm just copying what I saw. Sides, head. Try to get it as tight as possible. Get that hook eye through. It's on. Hold it down. Oh, it's starting to rip. Okay. All right. I want to just get in there and whack at it, but I know if I go too early, then it's just gonna rip. So I need to wait till it's all stuck on. Okay, let's do one just initial cut. And now we'll take it out. Take it out of the vise. So I'm going to trim a little bit on this side. A little overhang will give it a nice wingy look. Oh man, I botched the most important part. And then for the back end, I don't want it so pointy. I want it more rounded. Our body, I'm gonna do a flat cut and then take the sides off. If you leave a jagged piece, that'll be the start of a rip point. So as round as possible, if you can. Okay. One side's hanging a little bit longer than the other, but that's good enough for me. And then the head isn't perfect, but again, good enough for me. Okay. Now our body is wrapped. Gives it a more wingy look, so you're not just looking at foam. All right, now we do the legs and the legs and the head segment as tight as possible. We have to go. We don't want to rip through that raffia, but we want segmentation. Tension is important. I think that's 3 wraps. And we'll do our leg concept, 2 front, 1 back. We may cut out new legs because my first attempt was. Could also do it like this, like long piece, 2 long, 1 back. But would that change it? I don't know if that would change it. Hey, let's just do it like that. Oh, I have always just looped it. Oh, yeah, we'll do 2 front. That's 2 wraps. 1 back. Cut. 2 front. A little bit long. 1 back. This coming. Be nice if they sat toward the front, and we'll just. It'll have to be good enough. Let me check to see if we can see buildup on the bottom. We cannot, which is good. Let's take the leg off. Finger finish. This is the first time I've finger finished with monofilament. Slow finger finish. I don't want to trap that mono. Kind of tighten it down. Oh, I snapped it. Okay. That is an issue. But not a structural issue, because if it comes undone, we just the deer hair won't come off, just the legs will come off. So we'll have to reapply. But you could do also like just a slight drop of the glue in there. But this has already become too complicated. Let's separate our fronts. If we can. Maybe that's not the right tool. There we go. Separate the fronts. Let's separate the backs. Separate the backs. Let's take one off the back. Which one do we want to take, top or bottom? Top or bottom? We'll take bottom. We'll take bottom off. Tops or bottoms? We'll take bottom. Bottom off. And knotting the back might have been why might have been something we should have considered as well. Trimming out the fronts. That's too much. Well, that's it. Maybe I made just a giant beetle. I think I just made a giant beetle. A ginormous beetle. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. That's what we got. We got the raffia over the foam. The bottom is one solid deer hair. The legs are. I'm not a very good leg tire inner. It'd be cool if the front legs are pointing a little bit more forward, and then the back were kind of hanging to the side like that. And you could like brush a little bit of glue on the hair and press them in. I don't think it matters. Reality, I think we made a really fancy bluegill fly. That's it. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.